Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day of Splinterlands TV with me, Olazor, coming to you from Adelaide here over in Australia. And we are going to try not lose 483 games today on the stream. And hey, Primereg, welcome. Good to have you with us today. And hello to anyone else out there lingering around in the chat. So, I've been okay this season so far. I'm probably going to fall out of Champion 2 when I start playing some games very shortly. But there's only one way to lock that in for certain, and that's to start by jumping into the queue and seeing what we get. That is, if we get any matches. We might just not be blessed with the presence of opponents, depending on how many people are playing. But one thing's for sure, given that my rank is pretty high at this point relative to other players, I've got to make sure that I am using my brain and submitting properly good teams. Otherwise, it's not going to go very well. I do know how I can avoid going down, Diary. I do, and that's not happening. There will be no land changing hands this evening. Aimless, new rule set, introduced in Tuesday's update. All friendly monsters receive the Scattershot ability. So that also means that all enemy monsters will be getting Scattershot as well. I think I might go for a Shield Bearer with Wraith here, just to control the presence of the enemy attacks. Don't know that I will need a secondary blast shield, or rather a reflection shield as it is normally known, but a runing could be good fun. It's pretty expensive though. I'm going to gamble without the reflection shield. I might put the Stitch Leech in second position, and if we've got... Why would I go Shield Bearer when Scattershot is in play? Because Scattershot completely cancels out the taunt anyway. I am glad I figured that out. Otherwise, the RNG would have not done me any favors at all. So instead, we're going to go Ilthian, and then we're going to look for some Magic Reflect. I do still want to play the Life Splinter. I'm going to definitely need an Amplify. That's where I might go with double amplifiers in case one of them gets knocked out. And I think because of Scattershot, Halfling Alchemist is going to be pretty useful. And let's throw in Dr. Blight, because fancy poison everywhere is potentially going to be fun as well. So if Halfling Alchemist can hit that Pellicore Bandit, that will be most excellent. Sadly, my Return Fire is only going to be targeting the Angelic Mandarin. And even more sadly, their double triage and double frontline heal is going to be very fatalistic to me. I don't think it's going to be something that I'll be able to overcome, but hey, we'll see what Dr. Blight can do against an entire team of enemy combatants. He really needs to hit the Kelp Initiate, which he luckily did. Alright, well, if Dr. Blight can keep spreading this affliction around... Well, he can't spread it around anymore. And that silence has just rendered him completely useless. And now he's dead. And now I'm dead. And now we go into another one. Yeah, it was some pretty odd Scattershot. It was not very spread out in terms of how my creatures were attacking. I was hoping for more variety, more poison, some more affliction perhaps as well, to try and counteract any healing, but hey, it's done. Yeah, there was some solid beef with that Kelp Initiate. 99 mana with Super Sneak as our rule set now, so What am I going to do here? I am not exactly sure. Possibly dragon. Go for the big speeds with super sneak. Maybe dragon plus life. Can throw in a nice bloodlusty Jared Scar. So I'll have that good old sneak at their disposal. Who else? I really like Desert Dragon. I should probably bring a whole bunch of Demoralize along though. So there's a whole bunch of Demoralize. Now we need somebody with Thorns and Retaliate, preferably in the back line. Warchang could be fun. What about Thorns? I want to try and avoid playing the Deep Lurker. Let's go with Jin Chwala so we can get some enraged, angry combat going on. And I'm probably just going to go with Carnage Titan. Legionnaire Alvar is going to be my tank though, because I want to kind of protect the Desert Dragon. We'll see how this goes. Oh, it's Jotun. It's disgusting. It's going to be blast everywhere. At least I'll be quicker. Except for that filthy Countess and Ash. Don't retaliate again. Okay, good, you missed. Oh, this is awful. Don't retaliate against Jared Scar. Good. I'm still getting hurt really badly by almost everything on their team. That affliction. Not that I've got healing available to Jared Scar immediately, but it's still painful that it's not present. Because that blast is going to very surely whittle him down. Ouch. That was a death and a half. Yeah, Bronze League will typically give lower mana caps because what's the word that I'm looking for? Oh no, I've forgotten English. The issue of bronze players is that it's not very appealing to play high mana cards because they do not have many abilities at bronze level, and it's another way of keeping the game simpler at bronze to limit choice. It's part of a balancing act, I think, by the developers to try and make the game become increasingly complicated at higher and higher league levels. So at bronze level, it's not incredibly complex in terms of the numbers of rule sets and the numbers of monsters that can be played. It's tried, or there's an attempt made to keep it fairly simple and straightforward. And then as you move up into silver and gold, the mana caps increase. You get additional rule sets come through, and the complexity grows from the additional abilities. It's sort of like you're squaring the possibilities with each increase in mana and each additional rule set that gets added to the battle. But for now, I've got up close and personal and 26 mana. We've got dragon and life and water. What is my opponent likely going to do? Since it's only melee, I'm really tempted to give Jared Scar another shot, but at the same time, we might go with Lux and Water Splinter. We'll throw in the Demon Shark, we'll throw in the Flying Squid. We will go with a Poison and maybe we'll drop that flying squid. We'll go with another poison here to try and maximize the amount of annoying damage we're going to do. Throw in that stonefish, throw in the torrent fiend, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I sort of agree. Uh, it's kind of like playing chess with a small amount of pieces on the board, and then all of a sudden being told, oh, now you can play with these other pieces, which have advanced moves instead of just playing with pawns. So it is indeed an interesting way to approach the game design, but that's my interpretation of it. It may not be the correct one. Yeah, exactly. It's like I've got all this cannon fodder, and it's very much about the pure mathematics of if you put more attack and more health out than your opponent does, you're probably more likely to win. Whereas at a higher league level, the abilities augment what the potential outcomes can be, which leads to more complicated strategies and tactics being available. And speaking of complicated tactics and strategies, mine are very unsophisticated today and filled with immense depths of failure. The stream curse strikes again. 3 games, 3 losses, and I'm kind of upset by that. I'm going to go see if I've got any gladiator packs to open. I don't have any gladiator packs to open. That's frustrating. Do I have enough merits to go buy some gladiator packs? Let's go see. Visit the store. No, I'm just short of merits to get another gladiator pack. So that is unfortunate. Oh well. I will continue subjecting myself to great pain. It's all part of the experience of Splinterlands. And what are we going to be up against here? We've got heavy hitters and noxious fumes. And we have a great desire in our brain to play llama plus creature, but with heavy hitters, that's not the greatest idea in the world. I might go for a little blue splinter. See if we can find something with immunity that's actually useful. I'd love to play Death Splinter here, but Death Splinter lacks a cleanse. That's their biggest weakness. I hope Death Splinter gets a cleanse in the next edition of cards, even in the reward cards. Maybe we will go Death Splinter and bring out Harklaw. I mean, it's probably not the only immunity option. Yeah, Reveal is an excellent option there. So we've got our double immunity. Alternatively, we could go with Ouster to do Magic Reflect, but I like the extra speed because this is a fairly slow team. Okay, so we've got our immunities in. We will throw in... No, we won't need a triage. We should use opportunities to restore health. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring Death along, because that Revealer has that stun. And then if we focus our fire a little bit, there's double opportunity happening. I'm going to throw in Halfling Alchemist just for good measure, and I'm going to exclude that card. Oh, they've got Epona. So that repair is going to be very painful, but I'm very glad I've got that reflection shield stun creature, because that's going to make very short work of the failed summoner. If we can hit the failed summoner. There we go. It's opponent's turn to perish now. And immunity comes through. Sure, we're going to have to deal with that last stand on the Pellicle Mercenary. But they are probably not going to do an enormous amount of damage. Because we've got the shield. There's the stun we wanted, but that miss was very unfortunate. We need to execute the stun. Ugh. We're missing the vital stun. Probably going to lose. Yep, can't hit. Well, the dream was there. It just wasn't executed. Victim of the RNG. I thought that may have been a win. Again, very wrong. Okay, 44 mana and armored up in our rule set. So for this one, what are we going to do? I'm going to roll with something with lots of piercing, I think. Maybe a Jared Scar. Jared Scar and a Grandmaster Wraith, maybe? Yeah, we'll take advantage of the armored up rule set. So what else has piercing? That's a pretty nice piercing team. And pair along. Bring Brightwing over. I feel like Jared Scar is going to be really fragile here. Truth Speaker and 3 mana left. So let's go with the Uraeus. See how this turns out. Well, you're going to be very fragile in that second position, but first we have to get through Longtail. They've got a single resurrection, as do I. Man, that's a persistent little monster, that Dragon Tail. I'm extraordinarily grateful for all that armor being a magical shield. Man, that long tail with that double heal and the litany of repairs, even with the high damage output of Jared Scar, Sandworm, and the Silver Shield Sheriff, it's like I had no attacks on my team at all. It's great. I think this is going to take me back to Champ 3. Because there's no getting through this creature. No, I will live in Champ 2 for at least one more battle. At least one. 28 mana, up close and personal. Land time? Yes, when land. I wish to know when land. I'm just going to spam a whole bunch of opportunity and sneak here and hope for the very best. I did say something about, being slightly more responsible with my team selections, and I believe that's the opposite of what I'm doing. Yeah, that long tail was incredibly annoying to be up against. Yeah, that can go there, and we'll slip the Demoralize in the center of the screen, center of the team. And we'll hope that our splash damage can prevail. Good start with the splash damage. Excellent Thorns. Fortunately, I didn't retaliate. Can I retaliate on the back? Well, looking okay so far. Although that Rooney's looking pretty vicious. I don't know that we can kill it twice. We do have the speed advantage, but that's just been erased by the armor. Oh, and there was still a resurrect in that Rooney. I should have kept my Rooney in my team. Okay, here we go for a record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th loss in a row. Here we go. We're trying to win, but it's not really ending up that way. We will soon discover whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a really long time to wait for a battle. A super long time to wait for a battle. Okay, what have we got? Odd ones out. Noxious fumes. Oh, this makes me want to play Green Splinter. It's happening. The cleanse. The immunity. Can't play a 4-mana creature. Drat. Who can go in the back line? They're going to be poisoned, so we can anticipate a good old death from them. So let's go with Child of the Forest. Could have played a 1-mana monster, I just realized, but I did not. It's going to be a 100% mischance in this battle, I think. But find out. We'll find out and we'll see. I'm glad that it's not just me that has this poor RNG luck when it comes to battles. Well, I'm quite glad I've got that snipe on my team. Hopefully we can take down that guy just like that. Next up is the triage gone. Next up is Cripple Man gone. And it's going to be a nice little one-on-one battle. Except it's not really going to be one-on-one. And I fear I'm not going to be left with my... Oh, that miss. Oh, come on, hit. This is RNG City right now. I really want to see Bramble Pixie win. But with Retaliate and the way this attack order is going, it doesn't feel likely. Oh, we got in front there. Oh, the miss. Be nice if they missed for once. It's gonna go to fatigue. Might have a better chance with fatigue being involved. Oh, that needed to hit. And that's over. Drat. I'm at the mercy of this RNG today for sure. For sure. It did. It would have been so good if Bramble Pixie had managed to beat. It would have been very incredibly cathartic if Bramble Pixie walked away with the victory there. I mean, that 8 attack is pretty incredible, but trying to hit the flying machine with the same speed is not very likely. I was hoping that the sniping creature that I had in my team would have gotten to the enemy backline. Okay, this is going to be no fun at all. Back to basics and coupled with Divine Shield. So I think this one, the only real thing I can do is play Ilthian and spam magic and hope that that's going to be enough to outwit my opponent. But for 2 mana, there's my tank. And I wish I could do advanced sorting to sort by magic damage, but then also sort by mana loader high. So instead, we're just going to have to use our brains a little bit. So Temporal Master is actually pretty good here because they'll get to attack every single turn with recharge out of the picture. So for 3 mana, they seem quite good value. I think Time Mage is also a good idea. I should probably also include some ranged attackers. Question is, how do I incorporate? I think that will probably do the trick, except I'm going to be cheeky and put Time Mage at the very back so that we can have a person that's able to attack from any position as the last creature. Maybe a good idea, maybe a bad idea. I don't know. All I know is it's an idea, right? Let's see. Well, they didn't bless me with any ranged attacks to return fire towards them with, so that makes me slightly sad. But they have a large amount of magic damage combined with a large amount of removing 1 attack damage from each and every one of my creatures. So that's no fun at all. But yeah, no, this is going to be another loss for me. So far, I am unwinned during this stream so far, which is no surprise to me, but may be a surprise to all of you. And there it is, Champion 3, 1 point away from Champ 2. Let's see if I can crawl back up. This rule set, it frustrates me because of the enrage. It feels like everything with poison is going to be the best way to play. But maybe we're going to go with Lorna. That way we get an extra turn. And how's about we use thorns extensively? Because Time Meddler could do some dodging, but they're pretty expensive. So alternatively, how about we put all of our eggs in one basket? I think this is going to be a terrible, terrible idea, but I kind of want to see it once in my life. Llama plus Lurker. And if we throw in the Princess for healing, how might this end? Oh, it's going to end so badly. But hey, I wanted to see how it would end. Be nice if the lurker had retaliate. Be nice if they could do a lot more dodging too. Alright, last stand healer. Oh wow, they've got 12 attack on their Jared Scar. What on earth? The enrage. I should have saw that coming. Okay. I am suffering so much today. Lay back to basics. Fun. Alright then. Dragon's not available. Green Splinter's available. But let's go Yoden. We're going to use War Chang because I feel like that's cheating. And if I can't win, then I better cheat. Help? It's a very difficult composition to put together here. Let's go with Tusk because they've got a lot of health and they seem like good value. If they play Milo, I'm going to be really, really hurting in this battle. Let's just look at health and we'll try and select some low mana creatures that have got lots of health but a decent amount of damage. And then we'll slowly but surely get into the worst of the worst and we'll hope for the very best. We are not going to be hitting anything in the enemy team at all. Not even once. Oh no, there we go. We got a hit. Hey, we got another hit. Brilliant. Yay, another hit. But they just have so much disgusting speed. But hey, we got a kill. We got another one. But they still have so much damage. I'm really glad I played War Chang in the back. They may just be my savior. I should read audiobooks. I've been told that. I've been told that before. Looks like we finally managed to achieve a victory. It's just I've experienced a lot of loss in this game. I know that eventually a victory will come along. And there it is. I did say that playing War Chang was probably cheating in that rule set. So loss streak has been gone away. She does, but she thinks that I read in too much of a monotone when I'm reading books, so it rarely happens. Because it's probably very drone-like. The path to victory has no rules. I hope it has some rules, because I'd like to know them. 52 mana. Looks like my opponent's probably going to be playing Water Splinter. I want to spam afflictions at them. I'd gladly play Jared Scar if it was available. I'm just going to go and see who has the most afflictions available. There's a Scattershot affliction, which is really appealing. There's a Cripple affliction, which is also... Yeah, let's... I may not play Possibilis here. But... I mean, I've got no ranged people in my team there at all. But if I play Deep Swimmer... then we throw something more creative at our opponent's faces. I don't know what is going to be considered creative though. Maybe it's going to be Juno Sharness as a tank. With standard rules, that could work. Actually, let's go Archimus as our tank. And let's rearrange these creatures into a more sensible order. I'm still feeling like Juno Sharness might be a good option here. Or we're just going to go Cornelius. Cornelius is too expensive by 1 mana. So 9 mana or less. Let's sort by mana. Yeah, let's go Sandworm. Why not? Well, the good news is they don't have a cleanse. The bad news is they have 3 heals concentrated on their frontline creature. The excellent news is that halving is now in effect. The other element of bad news is I don't have a heal on my team. Alright, is the first resurrection taken care of? Can we kill off that other resurrection before it takes effect? Probably not. Because our scatter shot is not functioning as well as we had hoped it would. So skip to results, another loss, and we'll return to our regularly scheduled programming. Alright, what's next? Thorns and no healing. So my immediate thought is armor plus repairing. What repairs are there? Same repairs that are available everywhere else. What protections? Don't think Archimus is going to be very good here. So someone that's got Thorns that's pretty passive as a frontline creature. Well, I don't really need the Thorns, it's more about the Magic Reflect or Return Fire at this point. About Return Fire. Yes, Wave Brood might be pretty good. So we've got the double protection in there. Probably need a cleanse. Let's go with Sea Stalker, that way we've got an amplify as well. And so much mana left over, so you know what, I'm just going with Necromancer Kai. It's a very unconventional team. Sadly, they didn't bring anything that advantages me. They also brought a whole bunch of protection along. Sadly, I don't have a whatchamacallit, a affliction, which means this is not going to go very well. Oh, the miss. The misses everywhere. What a loss streak. It's 1 game won in 38 minutes. That's absurd. What a exceptionally poor performance. We can do better though, maybe. 32 mana, taking sides, everybody has ferocity, so the notion is don't play taunt creatures. Play the opposite of taunt creatures. Play Scattershot. Maybe that'll work. Let's try Scattershot. What are we going to do Scattershot with? Blast is a good start. So we've got our triple blast in play. Really tempted to play Magnor, but that's just a horrifically bad idea. Let's throw Living Lava in and hope that they can carry the team, because this is a Frustration Edition team. I'm really glad I brought Yasik here for the Scattershot, and I really hope they don't just pound Wave Brood with all of their ranged attacks, because A return fire will destroy my team extraordinarily quickly. Well, so far those shots have been placed in reasonable locations. Oh, they continue to be placed very well. But you know what? I'm probably going to be defeated by a little thing called exhaustion. Unless we've got enough. Oh, yes, we did have enough damage. That was beautiful. And that was a very bottom of the barrel team. I didn't expect that to be a victorious team when I press the "You Go Team" button. But hey, it worked. So I'll take it, cherish it, put it in my photo album. One day I'll look at it fondly and be like, oh yeah, I remember that time when I won a game once. Now everybody has scatter shot. It's only 14 mana to play. It's even monsters only. So retaliations, thorns. I'm feeling like life splinter because Crystal Jaguar is somewhat of a beast. If we can throw in a couple of other... Oh, that's the annoying thing about a 14 mana cap combined with evens. You don't necessarily get to play everything you want. What about if I change that over to Dragon Splinter? I mean, it's not gonna change the outcome all that much, but at least I can bring a double strike instead. And we'll throw the Soul Fiend in. Meanwhile, I'm like, how do they field a whole team? Have high hopes for this Dampier Infiltrator. Extraordinarily high hopes. It's fine that they're afflicted. Just don't do it again. Oh no. They're gone. It's very much GG against me at this point. Yikes. Alright. Another loss. So that's 2 wins. 2 wins so far. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Everything is healthy. Oh, this is a nice rule set to use Cornelius in. But only Cornelius. Yeah, let's do it. I'm at that point right now where there is not a single care in my mind about the outcome of these things. Who can go well with Cornelius? We've thrown in General Sloan. Maybe we'll go with Herbalist, and we'll use Herbalist as the tank. But Soul Fiend is like the real tank. Oh, we're going to get stunned to death. It's going to be terrible. But look at how much damage I'm going to do if I hit. Which I won't hit because they have crosswinds. Headwinds, rather. So we're going to get backfired to death. And Cornelius doesn't get a last stand like he would with Llama. So let's see how long he can survive for. 3 rounds. Longer than I expected. How many rounds did I expect him to survive for? 1. I don't think that was RNG. I think that was just pure bad team submission on my part. Absolute horrible team submission on my part. I won't lie. I've let everybody down with that one. But these things can happen. Alright. We now have Melee Mayhem, but also Little League. I think, oh, I just get so disappointed with the Little League rule set because I was going to say, I think it's time for Jotun, but Jotun can't come along in this rule set. But you know who can, because it's Melee Mayhem. It's the Exploding Rats. And I really hope there's a strength that I can bring. Oh, there's no strength that I can bring, so they will indeed have 1 health and 1 health only. They will have 1 shot at trying to take down the enemy. Let's go Dr. Blight. Can we squeeze any swiftness or slow in? That seems pretty important. Yes, there is a slow we can use. Let's go Vanat Core. I'm going to try and protect those exploding rats somewhat though. Is Tower Griffin a good idea? Probably not, but hey, here I am. And Kobold Bruiser, you're up. Well, the Rat's Gamble is not going to play off here because it's going to get Thorns to death. But hey, it took care of the tomorrow. Oh no, it didn't get Thorns to death. Tower Griffin. Oh, Tower Griffin, you beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm in love. I'm in love with the Tower Griffin. I'm absolutely in love with the Tower Griffin. The Exploding Rats is doing its job. It's exceptionally fragile, but that's all it needs to be. Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful Exploding Rats. Thank you, Tower Griffin, and thank you, Flame Monkey. Your powers combined help us achieve a victory. Although there seems to be a trend here. Arucard 99, Arucard 95, both of the new bot order 2 guild, have been my only victims. What about my earlier victim? My earlier victim, my third win of the stream, was not from an obvious bot account. So that's good. But it probably reflects pretty poorly on me that those were the only victories that I've managed to lock down. Little League yet again, so 4 mana and Super Sneak. So I think I probably want to... Could I go with Dallin? Use some Life Leech. This often doesn't work, but I always dream about this strategy working. Is there any retaliates? No. What about some inspiration? Don't think it's really worth bringing for 1 mana. What about some knockout? Be fun. Nope. I feel as though Blue Splinter's gonna have way superior creatures available for battle here, so let's just do that. Particularly, we can go Merdhampier, Coral Wraith, because the likelihood of us seeing a Magic Reflect in the last position is going to be probably pretty low. In case they bring that, let's throw an Angelic Mandarin in. Is there any other triage? There's a triage that also does damage. Kelp Initiate can take a beating. And for our front line, let's throw in that Zenith Monk. And rearrange this a little bit. And hope for the best. Okay, not so bad. The Merdhampier train begins to choo-choo. At least that's the hope. But they also have the Murdhamp here on their team as well. Oh, that triage of theirs is thoroughly annoying. No, that's not a win. That's a loss. So I've managed to deliver 3 wins in almost an hour. This is not compelling viewing, I'm certain. But it's fun. I tend to get schooled quite often in this game. 44 mana. It's a Streamer's Curse. Reverse speed. So we want the slowest creatures in all the world to come out and play. I am really feeling like I should exhibit some violence with Jotun. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's go Grum. And let's sort by slowest people in the world. Wrong sort order. Slowest people in the world. Rooney's good. Dr. Blight's good. Caledon's excellent. Oh, look at that. I've only got 5 mana left to play with now. Grenadier should be quite excellent too. And then for 2 mana, we don't want to slow down the enemy. We don't want to slow down the enemy. Throw in the Halfling Alchemist. And yeah, I kind of want to protect that Grenadier for as long as possible. Okay, well, isn't this gonna be fun? They seem to have ignored the reverse speed part of the battle because they've boosted their team's speed by quite a bit in their composition here. Come on, Grum. Blast Shield's going to do a whole bunch of nothing. That Corsair. Right, die to poison now. Or you can die that way. That's fine. But I'm sad that they'll be resurrected without their poison. A Halfling Alchemist is doing a really nice job. I'm really sad that there's 2 resurrections that I've got to sit through though. Poor Grum. He's like, look at me. I'm trying to get all these sweet kills. And he's just not getting those sweet kills. I don't understand how I'm missing when I've got the speed advantage for reverse speed. Like, I understand that they have a blind on their team. Okay, that should be the end of that. And now we should become much more destructive. Hopefully. Come on, Rooney. You've got True Strike, so you can't miss. Sad about the Halfling Alchemist being gone. Back comes the Rooney. And that's a nice turn. That's a beautiful turn of the battle. But now Caledon's all alone. But luckily he's got enough speed to do that. Alright. Sadly, this may end up being a draw due to exhaustion. But luckily, Caledon has Cripple, which will ensure that this is not a draw. Oh man, if this was a draw, I think I would have just been so super annoyed. It's a nice win though, provided something outrageous doesn't happen. Exhaustion will kill the enemy creature before it kills Caledon. But oh dear God, was that a hard-fought victory? There we go. Victory number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just scrolling back in time here. Yes, victory number 4 on the stream. So 4 wins in 55 minutes. Maybe that needs to be my tactic, just playing a game every 11 minutes, and then it's more likely that it'll be a win. That's some pretty crazy conspiracy theory talk, but I'm getting desperate for wins at this point. All right, so they've got a Mylor. They've got a Lux Vega that they enjoy playing. I wonder if they've got a Byzantine Kitty. Because I've got a Byzantine Kitty. Then I've also got Water Splinter, which is really nice and fast. So we're going to go Phantom of the Abyss, Naga Assassin, Runic Skyclaw. Then we're going to stop and pause and think. I really like Dragon Jumper. I was going to say I think we need to bring Longtail, but I think armor is what makes Longtail so exceptional. What about a 9 mana tank? Let's go to Legionnaire. Oh, again, it's the mana that makes Legionnaire Alvar amazing. The armor, sorry. Let's go Juno Sharness as our tank. That way they might dodge some magic. Phantom of the Abyss can go there. And I don't know, let's throw Chaos Dragon in. I think my team is comprised of entirely legendaries other than Naga Assassin. Not sure about Runic Skyclaw. Neither are rare. Well, they also brought along a team almost entirely made of legendaries, so that's okay. We'll see how this goes. Oh, look at how competently we destroyed their back line. That felt really nice. Now, I'm quite afraid of this Carnage Titan as Juno Sharness because of exactly that. Runic Skyclaw is absolutely destroying on both teams. It's like a battle of the Runic Skyclaw right here. Absolute battle of the Runic Skyclaws. I'm glad mine came out on top, but they were doing so much damage. That was a fantastic win. Really happy with that one. Because the Giant Killer was just sniping people out left, right, and center. Yeah, that Dragon Jumper was also really good at just shutting the door, slamming people's feet in it. They were like, oh, we've got our foot in the door. And Dragon Jumper was like, yes, and I'm stomping on it. Okay, we got healed out and counterspell. So no healing. But magic reflect is good. So return fire is good. Let's go look for thorns. Who's got some good thorns? Actually, who's got some good return fire? Maybe death. Ooh, Ever-Hungry Skull would have defense against everything except for magic, because they'd get sniped out straight away. Maybe Cursed Windiku. They won't have return fire, but they'll have the thorns, but they won't have the heal. That's unfortunate. Maybe not. Maybe not that Splinter. Maybe we're gonna gamble on exploding rats again. Let's try that. Oh, I can't search for rats. I have to do a browser control F for rats. So we're going to go exploding rats. So we've got some Boomity Blast. Then maybe some ant miners. maybe a halfling alchemist, maybe a grenadier, and because blue splint is available, I want to try and stop the pain from happening as much as possible. Exploding rats needs to be in the front for this battle to work. Of course. Wish they had piercing. The redemption was nice though. It was very satisfying. Why couldn't you dodge some more? We cannot be poisoned. We cannot afford to be poisoned. Do not poison. Okay, good. RNG didn't poison, but we got stunned instead. And there's the poison. That's GG right there.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Stop, Google. That was RNG bad. That was very RNG bad. Even Google agreed with me. They had no information to help me. Nobody does. So frustrating. We'll do some more. We've got another hour to go. Hopefully we can stay within champion. So there's only 4 days left in the season. I really wish time could be fast forwarded a little bit. It wasn't Alexa, it was Google Home. Tis but scratches and Malay mayhem. Well, time for Jared Scar. Unquestionably so. In fact, let's go with Sungazer and Life and B for Bloodlust and D for Double Strike. Because we want to try and take as much advantage of that cripple as possible. Relical Conjurer. And throw Naga Assassin in. 5 mana left. Who can do some cool stuff for 5 mana? Cave Slug. I'll slow down the enemy too. See how this goes. Ooh, they didn't bring a Jared Scar. This makes me happy. I'm getting super excited by all these cripples hitting the enemy without realizing that the enemy also has all the cripples. Oh, beautiful backfire. That was exactly what I needed there. Can't believe it took nearly 4 attacks to take down one creature there. Okay, take it away, Jared Scar. Take all of them away. Vigilator did a pretty awesome job here as well. But Jared Scar was the real MVP there. So that's what, 6 wins now? I'm just sad that we're gonna just miss the opening of these reward chests by the end of the stream, because the stream has 35 in 10 seconds. whereas this has 56 left before the claim of the daily focus chest, so I won't be able to open these on stream, which upsets me. Missed it by how long? Missed it by literally a minute. Missed the restart of the daily quest by 76 seconds for it to fit within the stream, which is unfortunate. Heavy hitters and healed out 23 mana. Yikes, that's an intimidating team. They seem to like not having attacking creatures in their front row. I wonder if I can get around that with oppression. Is there an oppression creature I can play? There is. I'm going to go with Fernheart here, because I want to use some stuns to take advantage of the knockout. But at the same time, it's not so great. The options available to me. I think maybe Mitica Headhunter, but let's go with Tower Griffin. What else can we get for 2 mana? Yeah, Harbling Alchemist seems like a good choice. Well, Spark Fixing would be nice in the other Splinter. I'm never hitting anything here. Those scatter shots. The Affliction will do well, considering there's no healing available anyway. I wish they got 1 dose of poison straight away when they got poisoned. Why can't your scatter shot hit the Jinn? Why? Oh, and poison straight up. So upsetting. What's my ECR at? 69%. ECR is nice. My gameplay, not so nice. Okay, it's gonna be the one and only Lux Vega in this battle. Because that's exactly the only thing that has happened. I think Scattershot can still hit camouflaged creatures. I don't think that's a issue at all. With it being broken arrows here, I feel as though that's the wrong thing to do, but I really want to do it. I'm going to do the sensible thing instead. We're going to throw Exploding Rats in again, because I don't care. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what people reasonably expect here. Even though they're probably going to have armor. So let's not do that. Let's bring... Well, Ifrit Elder could be fun, but then the summoner choice is not the greatest. Let's go with Camilla. What can counter their armor? Do we have any rust we can bring along? Yes. But it's not the greatest strategy. It's got to be that. But then Phineas is our tank. Actually, no, Phineas will not be our tank. Scorchfiend will be our tank. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, they went Jotun? Really? Why would they go Jotun? But hey, at least all of their creatures have pretty much no damage because of all the demoralize. It's just the problem is the no damage is not going to last very long. And my team's going to get shredded to pieces by their team. Good job exploiting rats. You did great for the 3 seconds you were alive. And, well, maybe Phineas is going to just come along and absolutely astonish everyone here. Retaliate. Oh, yes. You beautiful, beautiful man, Phineas. Now, we must hit. If Chaos Agent won that, I would have thrown my computer out the window. Although, having said that, if Chaos Agent had won that, it would have also been an exceptionally rare and treasured moment of gameplay. I'm glad that I managed to extract the victory from there. Alright, we've got Silent Summoners here. And 24 mana. So summoner choice doesn't matter. It's got to be all about the monsters. So who's going to synergize the best? I think it's going to be Dragon Splinter or the same. So we'll throw Camilla in. I'm going to go Dragon with Death because I want to spam 3 cripples per turn. So it'll be bang, 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 bang. I definitely want to bring a Dr. Blight with me. Maybe we'll throw Cursed Wind Deku out. Silent Shavi can go there. Naga Assassin can go in the back, and we'll use a Silence. How's this going to go? We should be able to sneak through their backlines quite nicely. I'm surprised and astonished that I managed to hit so effectively there. Sad that that wasn't a miss. Beautiful affliction there. Sad about the fact that my Windeku's poisoned, but happy that they didn't get completely destroyed. Now we just need to re-afflict that. And have some luck with our hitting. We haven't had luck with our hitting yet. Hey Didiako, welcome. Thorns it up. Oh, this is going to not end well for me. There's the poison. Ouch. 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 Dead. And buried. I've lost so much rating today. I was halfway to champ 1. No more. No more losses, please. I want wins. 48 mana. Everybody gets the magical return fire. So we want real return fire or thorns. You know what? Let's just go deep swimmer and look for thorns. And then we'll throw a whole bunch of amplify in and hope for the best. Um, those examples aren't as glamorous as I thought they would be. But you know what? Let's go with the lurker, but then make sure, or at least investigate, the options of a fury. So we'll throw in Rune Mansakai. Oh, Rune Mansakai is a bad option. We'll go Runecrafter. I think this is the first time I've actively seen effective utility in Runecrafter. Throw in Tidebiter. Is there any blast we can use? Not that's going to be super effective. What about some opportunities? Yeah, I think this might be a good one for Rooney. And 7 mana left. Let's go Wanton Destruction. Gargoyle Devil doesn't sound like destruction, but a Reflection Shield. Someone that does magic damage with a Reflection Shield, that could be quite the lulls. Let's see if it is quite the lulls. Well, we won't be returning an enormous amount of fire, but hopefully we can ask our opponents to miss some attacks. I don't think that's going to be happening a great deal. This is looking very much like a loss at this point. The power of the demon shark compels you. And that's before I even noticed the Bakjira in their team. Ugh, so many misses. Welcome back, Rooney. You're the greatest. And see you later, Rooney. Oh, this is a bad loss. I'm amazed we got through the Bakjira though. Can we just stun lock? Because if we can stun lock, that would be fantastic. Oh my god, we stunned them. This is a win. Holy crap. That was great. Didn't expect that. Is that 2 wins in a row? No, it was 2 wins in a row interrupted by a loss in the middle. That felt like a great win. That was really good, and it almost put me back into Champ 2. What do you know? One more, though, and then I'll pull up my 16th Champ chest for the day. Silent Summoners. So, Summoner choice matters not a bit. Happy with that. I'm going to do dragons. And I don't know if I want to do water. I'm going to go life. Because I'm going to try to out melee my opponents. You need a better tank option though. Yeah, let's be super risky. Scavenging front line. If we throw in that. A Chaos Agent in second. We might be lucky enough to dismantle the enemy team from the rear, but probably not. Really glad that Affliction took hold. super happy. So happy. This is a another big loss. Skip. Right. Again, losing my voice, so time for water. Yes, positioning of the team is incredibly important. Incredibly important. I need to understand these basic principles of Splinterlands to become a better player. Everybody has a cripple, so we want to bring immunity along. And I like the splinters that are available, because there is many immunities in my life collection. Here we go. Bang, bang. Double immunity of awesome. Kralis is going to be vulnerable to Giant Killer though, so let's make sure. Actually, are they vulnerable to Giant Killer with immunity? I guess we might find out, but I feel like I should bring some sort of Giant Killer along to my fight. So that's what I'm going to do with Chaos Knight. There's a cleanse. No, because then our resurrection will get wasted. Maybe some blast damage of our own. So I don't think they'll be expecting blast damage. So we'll go Prismologist. Oh, we can't fit the High Priest in. It's tragic. Technomancer it is. Okay. I'm not sure I'm entirely happy with this team, but it's submitted. I'm not happy with this team given what my opponent has brought to the battlefield. And of course they're bringing a double strike to... Ouch. Yeah, Kralis is going to get absolutely destroyed. But hey, at least I had immunity to magic. I'm glad they didn't bring a Giant Killer. Well, this is going to be such a slow battle. Oh, and of course, just as the final blow would have come in to take down 2 creatures from the enemy team, we lose our armor that we had. And then everything else comes crashing down around us. Don't retaliate. Don't you dare retaliate. Okay, here's our next immunity. Oh, the poison. That awful, awful poison. I thought I had the tiniest chance there. I was wrong. 5 more losses to come for the next win, for sure. Ooh, that's a disgusting collection of rule sets. No healing, 15 mana. I guess it's poison time. This brings us a nice little poison. And hopefully one that can hit. Well, really only Dr. Blight. And we'll throw the Chaos Agent in the front, throw the Headwinds in the middle, and hope for the best. Probably Mylor plus Demoralized Man. No, pretty similar looking teams. Beautiful. We got a poison in. We couldn't get a dodge in. Excellent. There's the backfire. That's what we want to see. Wonderful. Another backfire. More success. There's the poison. This is a win. This should be a win, provided that we can get another poison done, and we did. Excellent news. The best of news. Still doesn't bring me any closer to Champ 2. Which is where I was when I started the stream. Hey Garlic, welcome. Good to have you with us. How is your day? You joined when I broke my rip streak of 2. Just got back from the gym. I did my training today as well. Earthquake and explosive weaponry. I need flying machines to help me out here. I think Life Splinter's going to have the best value flying machines. Do I know any cheese tactics that works way too much in Champion, like Coral Lurker within Rage or something? A Coral Lurker does sort of work within Rage, but I don't know. My favorite cheese has always been Llama Hydra, but that's modern. Not modern. That's Wild League. There's no real cheese that consistently works, I find, in Champion League. If there is, I'd be playing it. Yes, cheese is delicious, but it kind of doesn't work when it comes to combining with gym stuff. You're going to have to convert the pounds to kilograms for me, Garlic, because I'm a metric boy. Luckily, I've got my Google browser here, 105 pounds in kg. And when you say back exercise, is there a particular thing? Is it a rack pull, deadlift, bent over row? What are we talking about? There's lots of different back exercises you can do. I better pick my team here before I run out of time. I might go with Quicks, and I'm going to go with Life, because we can throw in a couple of cheap flying machines. Throw Vanat Core in. Is there any snare? Snare is what I want. Dragon Jumper, perfect. Grenadier, perfect. I still have 7 mana left. Let's just take whatever's 7 mana and also does flying. Maybe we'll throw Luminous Eagle in and hope for the best, because we were running out of time. Okay, do they have extra armor? No. Do they have flying machines? Only 1. I really hope that scatter shot doesn't hit my Dragon Jumper. Or my Celestial Harpy, for that matter. Of course it hits my Dragon Jumper first go. Yeah, that's another loss for me there. I don't go to a physical gym. I've just got a squat rack and a bench in my yard that I use. I used to go to a gym all the time. Yeah, that is correct, Dom Refresh. You do really need to think of using your lats and your mid back when doing stuff. Otherwise, it's just like my arms, my shoulders. I'm using everything but my back. I used to really enjoy seated rows. They were great fun. Now I just do bent over rows because I've got a barbell. I've got a barbell and a whole bunch of plates. So I make do with what I have. But I've only been back into lifting weights since about July last year. So I have a long way to go to make sure that it is properly consistent. We've got infinite trample here, so I'm going to go for my soft spot. And my soft spot is the wonderful Desert Dragon. I can't do a single pull up. My grip strength is garbage. I can't do a single grip pull up at all. Um, I the best I did with single like body weight pull ups was maybe getting. I'm trying to think of how I can explain how far up I got the bar. Maybe 3 fists above the bar. So not even my beard did not clear the bar doing a pull up. Let's put it that way. It's a long beard. Although that probably doesn't make much sense anyway. But yeah, I am a very heavy boy. I started at 125 kilos when I started lifting weights as my body mass, and now I'm down to 110 kilos 6 months later. So I'm not just trying to grow stronger, but I'm also trying to grow muscles so that I can burn more fat away because I'm a lard ass. That's the best way to describe me. Water Splinter is what I'm going to go for because trample, and then I'm just going to spam all the trample people because I spent way too much time being self-conscious and talking about myself. We are going to throw in Angelic Mandarin and then more healing by way of the Albatross. Get in there, Albatross, go. 0 seconds left. Oh, I managed to sneak it in just. Yeah, I do not do the ring thing anymore. I've got a exercise bike in the lounge room now, so instead of sitting there and playing games on the couch for 2 hours, I will sit on the exercise bike for an hour and ride the exercise bike to burn calories while playing video games instead. But yeah, that ring game that I used to stream on my personal channel, I've still got that game, but it's much more fun throwing a barbell and plates around. It's more satisfying. Doing old people workouts. Those are sometimes the best workouts. It's when I used to go to the gym, some of the stuff that the older guys and the older women used to do in there was just like I'd look at it and be like, how can you contort your body in such ways? I don't understand. Because I am not a flexible human machine myself. But the rapid team submission here as well probably contributed to that loss. I feel like I could have done better, but try again. The program that I've been working on is something called Strong Lifts, which basically you do alternating days of 3 exercises, five sets of 5 reps, as heavy as you possibly can. Both days involve squats, which is perfectly fine by me. I love doing squats. And then the variation is on day 1, you do overhead press or shoulder press, depending on what you want to call it, and deadlift. And then day 2, you do what's it called? The other one, bench press and deadlifts or bent over row. I forget. It's on my phone. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that my rear end is definitely the strongest part of my body as a result of doing strong lifts. Because squats are really quite easy to do with proper form. But the bent over row is the big one. um, that you have to make sure you get right. Otherwise, it's like all shoulders and you're not working your back. But yeah, that's a pretty incredible amount of strength there, Dom. I was looking at some data around strength training because in my day job I do data analytics, and yeah, like anything over 1.5 to 2 times body weight is exceptional strength. When you get there, I've had some hamstring injuries in the past, so I've got to be really careful about how hard I push some of these lifts. So I've got an enormous amount of different stretching tactics and stuff that the physio has taught me. My physio has been great, actually. She's given me so many cheat codes to the human body. Can I hire you as my assistant? I don't know. Can I hire you to just do my job? Because I don't enjoy doing it all that much some days. Oh, I'm going to get destroyed here. They've got double force fields. And they've got that delicious Mitica headhunter in the back line. I've got plenty of protein powder I could give you, Garlic. I've got a nice, good stock of protein powder in my pantry. Oh, the miss. Come on, retaliate before you die. Oh, you beautiful, beautiful man, Phineas. Now all of my hopes are going to be jeopardized by the slip spawn, because it's only going to get worse as Last Stand takes effect. Although these blast attacks should be pretty enormous. No, it's still not going to work. That was sadness. Another loss. Analytics is a bit broad. Yes, it is. The main sort of stuff I find myself working on lately is closer to the reporting field, where it's like, go grab all of this data from all these various sources and fix the data because it's broken, and then put it in a nice and shiny report that automatically refreshes so that people in the business can go and make decisions based on the information you are presenting, but present it only in this way because we don't want it presented in any other way. Even though presenting it in a different way than what is requested can potentially A, simplify the digestion of that information, and B, reveal insights that would otherwise not be known if you were looking at the information in the other way. The biggest challenge in my day-to-day, however, is more along the lines of, you need these data sets, go get these data sets, to which you generally go, sweet, cool, okay, and then navigating all the corporate pageantry. I think pageantry is the most appropriate word there, of getting access to various systems from various departments and so on and so forth in order to get everything you need to do your job, while other people stand in the way of you getting the appropriate access to the systems that you need to do your stuff. Would not recommend that element. It's very tedious. It may just be that the company that I work for has insane paranoia about data leaks and this stuff, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it's kind of like, really, I literally want to copy a file from one virtual machine to another virtual machine within the company network, and you're requesting cybersecurity approval. It's frustrating. But that was a great win. I really like that that 10 damage from that lovely, lovely Jin Inferni with their giant killer. It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of absolute and incredible beauty. We will hope we can repeat that again. What doesn't kill you? Everyone has enrage. And Well, this is the time for us to trial Dallin. What am I doing? Dallin plus Lurker, because in Rage, Thorns, and Phase, they're going to be a delicious, delicious Lurker. But we're not going to put Lurker in the front line. We're going to put them in the back line, because then we can actually use healing by double triage. And who are we going to put in our front line? Let's go with, actually, let's throw in Riftwing. So we get an enraged Riftwing, hopefully missing stuff. And this is going to be the most absurd team that we see in the world. I know. Why Dallin and not Speed? Because why not? I just want to see Lurker go crazy. Just catching up with the rest of the chat here from Daru. Don't really work with data these days. Used to be responsible for CRM solution for a hotel restaurant. They had to define what we needed and supplied, and also do some of the reports to the application. So I guess I was the guy that would annoy you to get the data needed in that scenario. Yeah, I'd be the guy that would be like contacting you to be like, how do I extract the data from your application? And can I please have it in a real-time manner or some such? I just like Dallin. I feel like Dallin is brilliant and fantastic, and Cripple is amazing. So I'm hoping that they can miss a whole bunch, and then Lurker can have lots of vengeful dodgings. You know what would have been better? Blue Splinter with what's his face? Oh look, Lurker hasn't dodged a single thing. Hasn't dodged a single freaking thing. What exceptional brilliance from the Lurker. Oh, I'm so proud of the Lurker. There's no chance Riftwing's going to dodge a single thing either at this point, because they aren't going to get enraged, and now they're all alone. They're flying solo. Oh, they backfired. Okay, now they're enraged. Could have a higher incidence of dodging. Nope. Yep. Nope. Dead. I expected this, but what could I have done to have prevented that? I wonder. Perhaps I could have not played Dallin. That would have certainly helped. Close range and fire and regret. All right. I'm going to go for the full featured reflection of everything. Windaku, Alster, bring me an amplify, and a rust. Now, for the rest of this team, I really want a giant killer. Let's go Jin Murray. I really wish I could use Ram. I don't feel like this is the appropriate battle to do that in, though. Right. Who else can we bring? Gorlodon. Gorlodon feels like a fun time for this battle. Now we're left with 4 mana. Let's go with a reflection. No, let's go with Dr. Black. And we'll go something like that, and we'll see what happens. Well, we've got the full force of killing whatever they throw at us back at them. The only problem is they brought reflection shields along. Come on, we need that armor broken on the long tail so that Gorlodon can have their way with them. And the armor was certainly not broken on the long tail. Come on. Oh, no. I do like how their rear line has been the one resurrected twice. And what's up with Dr. Blight not afflicting Abgor? I'm quite frustrated by that. At last, the affliction strikes, but way too late. And that's well and truly over. That was very poor RNG for me. Alrighty, we have reverse speed and melee mayhem. So what are we gonna throw out here? We want a slow team. We want the maybe we just let's go try and be devious and cheeky with a true strike. And I don't know. Like a Goya Scrapper, sure. And then a Chaos Agent, because why not? And hope that Jared Scar can do everything good and wholesome for us. I doubt that will be the case, but you know, I like to live my life in hope. It's often extraordinarily poorly misplaced hope, but nonetheless, it is hope. Where's it going to go? That's a very mirrory match. I feel like it's going to work out nicer for me because there's more targets for me to take out with my Jared Scar than there is for them to take out with their Jared Scar. They've also decreased my speed, but that didn't make one bit of difference. Oh yes, I really like doing those full speed, crazy, try and invoke backfire all the time teams. It's one of my favorite teams to play in Splinterlands. But it very, very rarely works. Backfire only works for my opponents, I find. It never works well for me, which is so incredibly frustrating. All right, Melee Mayhem, Stampede. It's time for as much speed as possible, as much trample as possible. But I think Blue Splinter's probably going to be better. Because there's another additional trample. Okay, now that we have our 3 tramples assigned, that is good news. They will not be missing ever. I feel like I'm going to go with Archimus in the front line and just lull. But then I need to make sure that we have at least one tiny little giant killer, which we can't fit into the team. So therefore, we will go with something that costs 4 mana and perhaps reduces enemy armor. Because I want to see Desert Dragon shine. And I think Desert Dragon is going to shine. The only thing I'm afraid of is their Jared Scar. Well, that was painful. Why didn't I bring my Vigolator along? That would have been a wiser move. Man, Robo Dragon Knight was an excellent choice. That Divine Shield. Okay, let's go, Desert Dragon. Let's go. Oh, beautiful. But now he's dead. I wish he could do reverse trampling. Oh, what a lovely retaliation. And now, what a terrible situation to find myself in. Death. Yet again, once more, comes to claim me away. I'm doing absolutely ludicrously badly today. This is quite possibly the worst session of play I've had in a very, very long time. I'm really sad though that I won't get to open these focus chests on stream. I will keep recording though, and it'll be part of the replay on my YouTube channel, the opening of the chests, which will be uploaded tomorrow evening. So we've got 19 mana and a standard rule set now. Okay, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna try and use Death Splinter and use Crippling Sneak. I don't drink coffee at all, Garlic. I don't touch the stuff. I don't even drink tea. I don't drink any warm beverages. I drink water and water and water, and I'll often embellish my fluids with a protein shake every now and then. But yeah, never coffee, never tea. I'm a caffeine-free beast. No, I don't even drink vodka. I stopped drinking alcohol in October last year. I plan on not drinking alcohol again. I am not Batman. I am far from Batman. I don't have the plastic PVC abs that I wear underneath my clothes. And that is another loss for me. Beautiful, beautiful loss. I think I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop playing at that point because A, my ECR is now at 60%, so I should let that recover, and B, I don't wanna drop my rating too much. I seem to be cursed by the streamer's curse lately where I lose almost every game I play live. I believe there's still quite some time before the next brawl cycle starts, but I am in a very vacant fray this time around. I'm in a diamond fray, which involves all cards, which will be interesting because I've only got my there's only a flesh golem in my alpha availability, nothing in beta. I've got the modern promo cards. I've got pretty much all the reward cards available to play with. And Untamed is there. Not a lot of dice is there. And Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers I've got the full set of, but it's going to be interesting playing in a brawl in Diamond here. That will be happening tomorrow, that brawl gameplay. So Interested in that. We've got no one to fill the silver gold fray yet in our guild. And unfortunately, I don't think we managed to gather everyone's DEC to upgrade our arena, because now we've got enough crowns to get the arena up to the next level. But some people didn't pay their DEC dues. So we've got to wait one more brawl cycle to get to tier 4, because we've got enough crowns now. It's 1,000 crowns to get there. But everybody's got to throw in their allotted amount of DEC, and I was the first one. We just gotta wait. Unfortunately, makes me sad. But yeah, I'm not passing you the Landaro. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it unless you want to send me like spot value of land plus 30% in exchange. I'm keeping the land to myself. Those 14 remaining plots that I have not yet claimed. I'm hodling them until the next regions come about. And speaking of next regions, there has been very little progress since Monday when I last looked at this. We are down here for the next available region and the next available tract. So I guess there's been a little bit of movement. If I've still got my unclaimed plots by that point, Taro, we'll see. Otherwise, we'll see what is going to be around the keep that's going to be somewhere in tract 8 in region 40, which is mine. It's all claimed and waiting to go. But what would be really cool is if I managed to get other keeps or castles in that area. It's highly unlikely, but I'm trying to leverage my plot claiming in such a way that maximizes my chances of doing such things. But it's going to be a long, long time before we get to that section of the game, I think. And one thing that I haven't looked at in a while is what are cards doing? What's the cheapest gold foils these days? But in Epic. Oh, this just fills me with pain. How much is a regular foil Uraeus going for now? Okay, well, I don't feel so bad about buying so many gold foil Uraeus now. But there's still so many of them on the market. Such a ridiculous amount of them on the market. Because my plan is to have a Uraeus on every single plot of my land, if I'm able to do so. And I have enough max level Uraeus to almost make that become a reality. And it wouldn't require a lot more money to make it be a reality. I'm just sad that, again, I don't get to open these focus chests live for you guys, because very, very soon we will be joined by Commander Garlic here on Splinterlands TV. They will be transitioning from my drab, boring, monotone voice into their high energy, energizing, energetic, coffee-fueled voice. But there's one thing for sure. There will be no beard present there, although it would be great if they tried to cosplay as me with an artificial beard one day. I think that would be a good transition. I'd even send you my overlay, Garlic, see how smoothly we can make it to be like, you have finished listening to Holozor, and now you're over to the Garlic Man. Sans beard. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you soon. But For those of you who were not watching live and are watching the replay, we are going to wait around for another minute and 16 seconds here in order to open up the focus chests, see what we get, see if we get some good stuff. I'm keen on more DEC, not DEC, keen on more SPS, but also would be keen on more packs to add to my pile, because the Chaos Legion edition will be vanishing pretty soon. There's less and less packs available each and every day, and with that it means less and less cards before the next edition, which will be called Rebellion. That will come out in I think the second quarter of this year, which will be interesting to see what new mechanics come into the game as a result of that. So we got 20 seconds left before these chests come about. Count it down to 13 and 12 and 11 and then maybe 10, and then we'll just take a drink of water so that I can actually be prepared to read out aloud what comes out of these 16 chests. Alrighty, claim time. What are we going to get? Let's see. We got some chests, alright. 11 Splinter Shards, a Seedsmith, 320 merits, Mercenary, 11 Splinter Shards, a Gargoyle Lion, an Ever Hungry Skull, some more Splinter Shards, slightly more Splinter Shards. Well, I seem to be getting the Splinter Shards that I'm after. There's double of the best Splinter Shards that I got before, but that's pretty average rewards. But the good news about all of that is I think there's enough for me to go crack a Gladius pack. There is, let's do it. Let's grab a Gladius pack and open her up and see what we get. See if we get any good stuff to add to the pile for the next Guild Brawl, which will be starting tomorrow. It'd be great if we got some gold foil legendary Gladius card. The odds of that occurring are incredibly low. It's just 2 rares. All of these are contributing towards leveling those up. Excellent. A Captain Katie, not going to be mad at that. And a Cyrus. I wonder if there's enough Captain Katie's to level up. Go quickly check. Gladius, Life Splinter. No, there's not. So that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will catch you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.